Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are here at Forest Lawn Cemetery and Mausoleum in Lincolnton, North Carolina. Now, we're here to visit the grave of I don't want to call him famous, more infamous, right? We're here to visit the grave of Richard Trickle, which most of us would call him Dick Trickle. And let me get the ad out of the way and say, if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, doing all those things. It helps get us in the algorithm. And if this isn't your first time, welcome back. I hope you enjoy the video. Thought I'd start around that. It's nice. It's probably one of the biggest pieces here in the cemetery. I'm going to try to stay on this side before we go to the other side where he's buried at, just because there's people over there, looks like they're decorating a grave. So we're going to give them their time and we're going to talk over here. All right, so let's get doing it. So I hope you're prepared for a little lengthier video. I remember watching NASCAR as a kid growing up. I always rooted for Dick Trickle. I don't know, he was kind of like the underdog, right? So I'm going to try to do this. I don't want to really miss anything. That's how much I respect him, or I enjoyed him. So Richard Leroy Trickle, or as we call him, Dick, was born in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. So 8-year-old Dick was playing tag with his cousin on the rafters in a house under construction when he fell 2 floors to the basement and broke his hip. He was transferred from a local hospital to the University of Wisconsin hospital and continued his slow recovery. His recovery was so slow that the doctors gave up and sent him home, presuming that he would be invalid for the rest of his life. Trickle later began to walk. Although he walked with a slight limp for the rest of his life, he spent 3 years in a cast from his waist to his foot. Gosh, I couldn't imagine how hard. What kind of doctors would do that, man? That's like, goodness gracious. So while he was recovering as a 9-year-old, a friend took him to his first race at Crown Speedway in his hometown of Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. When I got there, I was flabbergasted, Trickle said. I thought it was the neatest thing. Free shows were nothing compared to that. That race never left my mind until I was 16. I knew I was going to drive a race car when I was 16. Trickle's family, however, lived on welfare, so there was no money available for racing, and so Trickle spent his summers working for area farmers. Starting as a 13-year-old, he also spent a lot of time at the Rudolph blacksmith shop that his father was a partner in. So Trickle said he worked part-time at the shop to earn a nickel or dime. At that age, it was mostly sweeping the shop, but I started to play with a welder, and soon I could make an arc and then weld. I started junking machinery. I saved some things, getting a head start for when I could go racing at 16. I didn't have any money, but I had this pile of stuff to build a race car with. It was a hope chest. So Trickle raced short tracks and all that stuff, through his teens and early 20s. And with some success, he started out, with nothing, and then he's worked his way up. And so a turning point in his career happened at the National Short Track Championship race at Rockford Speedway in 1966. Trickle said, the cars in that area were fancier and looked like they were ahead of us. They didn't treat us bad, but they sort of giggled at us kids with the rat cars. After 2 days, they looked differently at those cars. I won and pocketed $1,645 before I questioned spending the money to travel that far, but if you could win, that was a different story. In 1989, Trickle made his full scheduled debut driving the number 84 Miller High Life Buick for Stavola Brothers Racing. He was a Rookie of the Year in NASCAR's Winston Cup Series at the time, at the age of 48, and a grandfather, Rookie of the Year. Pretty cool. Becoming the oldest driver in Winston Cup history to do so. After being given the Rookie of the Year trophy at the awards banquet, he said, I guess I'd just like to thank everyone who gave a young guy like me a chance. These are just reasons why, he was one of the best. His best career Cup finish was third 5 times. He started 303 races with 15 top 5 and 36 top 10 finishes. But to me, what made him, what sealed the deal? Already liked the guy, great attitude, funny dude. Could how does the British say they could take the piss out of it, right? He was also widely noted for having drilled a hole in his safety helmet so that he could smoke while he raced, and for installing cigarette lighters in his race car. Trickle was allowed by NASCAR to smoke in the car during yellow flags, and in the 1990 Winston 500, now the Aaron's 499, Trickle was seen on live TV in the car, lighting up and smoking that cigarette. Man, that was always my favorite thing. We always was like, can we see if Dick Trickle's smoking or whatever? Trickle passed away May 16th, 2013 from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. The Lincoln County Communications Center received a call, apparently from the victim, saying there's going to be a dead body. Suicide. When the 911 operator asked who was about to commit suicide, Trickle responded, "I'm the one." Police attempted to call his phone back, but there was no response. Trickle was found dead beside his pickup truck. There you go. Yeah, Dick Trickle, right? Like, the suicide thing was a bit of a bummer. I thought he had passed away in 2013. I didn't know it ended like it did until I started getting ready to do this video. And that was a bit of a bummer. Like, it's always kind of like the Robin Williams situation. Like, you think the guys that are funny and the ones that make you laugh are normally the ones that might be hurting the most. It's weird. But he was always fun to watch. He was entertaining when you were, like, growing up, when you go to Talladega. Like, everybody's like, go Dick Trickle! I think it was just because everybody knew it was like he wasn't going to win, but we wanted him to do something, you know, like be successful at something. But Dick Trickle, one of the greats, that hell of a short track racer, really good at that. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's do our cheesy little thing. I'll see you guys next time, and you never know what you're going to find on the back roads. Almost forgot it. Isn't that weird? See you guys.